Today we'll be learning about Paul Klee's castles. Paul Klee was a German artist. Like many other artists, he was influenced by different types of art. Today we will be looking at one of his paintings that uses shapes. When we look at his painting, see how many of these shapes you can recognize. Castle and Sun was painted by Paul Klee in 1928. Notice all the bright colors and different shapes that were used. Now it's time for us to create our own castle. First, gather your materials. To start, you need to decide what direction your paper will be. I chose to turn my paper in a landscape style. Now I'm going to start drawing my castle. Remember to use different types of shapes. If you like, you can use a ruler. I chose freehand. While working, I decided to change the size and the shapes that I used. Some were left plain, and some I added details, windows, X's, lines. Now that I feel happy with my final design, it's time to add the next step of details, color. You can use any types of coloring materials that you have at home. I chose to use colored pencils. When using colored pencils, it's important to color in the same direction so that you can show good craftsmanship and have neat coloring. While coloring, I found that sometimes it's easier to turn your paper upside down or sideways so that you can carefully get into each shape. I'm getting closer, almost there. There, now I'm done with my castle. Now I have a choice to make. I can either decide to leave my sky white, or I can choose to add color. This is a very large space, so I need to take my time. In addition to taking my time, this would also be a good time to turn my paper so that it's easier to be neat. Now I'm finished with my castle. I can't wait to see what your shapes and designs look like on your castle. If you post your castle on Instagram, don't forget, tag the art room at Pena Elementary Art. Have fun!